You're welcome to FUNNYMATH page. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about rounding of numbers. This time, we're going to round down, up, and also off. What do you mean by that? Let's see how we're going to answer these questions here. So we have a certain number here that is 43,974,526, and we have to round down, up and off. To the nearest hundred, to the nearest thousand, and what have you. So now let's begin. You have to first of all know how to round off, any number. And after that, rounding down and also rounding up wouldn't be a problem at all. So let's begin with rounding off. So for example, if I have this number, let me say I have, 474, and I want to round this number to, the nearest 10. So this is ones, this is tens, and this is hundreds. So to round this number to the nearest 10, then I have to locate the number that occupies that particular position. And this is the number that is 7. So we have 7 tens here, which is the same as 70. So now, after locating this number, you look or you check the number behind, and the number behind is going to be 4. You compare the number to, 5. If the number behind, which is this 4, is from 0 to 4, then we don't add anything to this, 7. We just leave it like that. But when the number is, from 5 to 9, it falls within this range, then we are going to add 1 to this 7, making what? 8. So this is what we're going to do in this case. So we have 474. The number behind is 4, which is not up to 5. So we are not going to add 1 to this. So we are just going to write this number as 470. So that is how we can round this number off. Off. Or we can round this number to the nearest what? 10. Now, assuming the number was, let's say, 470, let me say 76. We have to round this number to the nearest 10. So we still have to land here. The number behind is, 6. 6 falls within this range. So we're going to add 1 to this 7, making 8. So our new number is going to be 480. So that is the answer. With the same number, 476, we are going to round this number to the nearest 100. So we have to look for the hundredths place, and the hundredths place is this. 4 is occupying that particular place. So now the number behind is going to be, 7. So you check this 7. 7 falls within this range, 5 to 9. So we're going to add 1 to 4, making 5. And the remaining numbers, they all tend to 0. So we have 500 as the answer. So that is how we can round off these numbers. So now that we know how to round off numbers, now let's come to rounding down and also rounding up. So let's begin with the, the number that we have here. We have the number here, and we have to round to the nearest 100. So first of all, like I told you, we're going to locate the number which occupies this particular position. So let's begin. This is ones, tens, hundreds. So here is hundreds. So we have to locate this number, which is 5. We look at the number behind. The number is what? 2. So in the normal circumstance, we are not supposed to, add 1 to this 5. I hope you understand that. So we're just going to leave this 5 like that. Now, let me tell you something about rounding down and also rounding up. When it comes to rounding down and also rounding up, we don't actually go by the rule that I just, illustrated here. If we say round down, it means we have to round down, regardless of the number behind. Even if the number is, let's say, more than 5, you still don't have to add anything to this number because we have to round down. That is what you're supposed to know. So we have been restricted in this case. So here, coincidentally, we are not going to add any one to this number. So our number is going to be, 43974, and this 5 is going to be the same as 5. In the the remaining numbers, which is 2 and 0, 6, they all become what? 0. So this is what we have. So if you have to round this number down, this is what you're going to get. Okay, so let's see this one. So we have to round the same number up to the nearest 100. So the place is still 100, which is 5. The number behind is 2. In fact, we are not supposed to add 1 to this 5 to make 6. But we have been restricted to round up. So we have no option than to add 1 to this 5, making 6. That is what you have to know for, rounding down and also rounding up. With a rounding off, we go by the, the rule. But with a rounding up and down, we don't go by any rule. We are just restricted. So we are going to get, 43,974,000. So this one become what? 6. We have to round up. So you have 6 here. And the remaining numbers or digits become what? 0. So we have 43,974,600. So that is how we can round this number up. Let's move on to rounding off. And I know you can figure out the answer right now. So rounding off, we have to know our rules. And what the rule? We have to look for the number or the place that we are looking for. We check the number behind. If the number behind is, within this range, 0 to 4, we don't add. But if it is within 5 to 9, we add. So now let's check. Our place is 100, so we check this number 5, and the number behind is 2. 2 is not up to 5. It's not 5. So we are not going to add 1 to this 5 to make 6. So we have to maintain this 5 like that. So our answer is going to be 43,974,500. So that's going to be our answer. So that is how we can run this particular number, down, up, and off to the nearest 100. Let's move on to the nearest 1,000. So this is the number. To the nearest 1,000, we have to look for the thousands place. So here is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So here is going to be the thousands place. So we just, land here. The number behind this 4 is going to be 5. Under normal circumstance, this is 5. So if we are to round this one off, then we would have to, add 1 to this 4, making 5. But here we have to round down. So what do? We don't have to add anything to this. So we maintain the 4 like that. So our answer is going to be, we have 43,974,000. Why? Because the remaining digits here, they all be 10 what? Zeros here. So that is how we can run this number down to the nearest 1,000. Now let's run up to the nearest 1,000. The same number, we are supposed to round up. So rounding 4 up means it's going to be 5. So we have 43,975,000. So this is what we're going to get. Now let's move on to the actual thing, which is rounding off. We have to use the rule here. So like I said initially, the number behind is 5. So you have to add 1 to this 4, making 5. So our number is going to be 43,975,000, which is the same as, rounding up. So sometimes the rounding off will be the same as the rounding up, or it will be the same as the rounding down. So when you take the first one, the original one, which is this, was the same as, the number that we got here after rounding down. When you come here to the original number, which is this, the same as the number that we got after rounding up. So, we are not guaranteed that always the original number is going to be, this or that. It depends on the number. So let's move on to the next one, which is to the nearest 10,000. So let's look for the nearest 10,000 down. So that's going to be on this one. So let's check. This is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, or tens of thousands. So that's going to be here. So the number behind is 4. We have to round down. So we don't have to add any 1 to this 7. So you're going to get 43,997. Remember that these 4 digits, 4, 5, 2, and 6, they are all going to be zeros. So you are going to attach, 4 trailing zeros here. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3. So the number is 43,970,000. So that is how we can round this number down to the nearest 10,000. Let's move on to rounding up. So the number is still 7. The number behind is 4. 4 is not up to 5. We're not supposed to add 1, but we say we should, round up. So we have to round up by adding 1 to this 7, making 8. So we are going to get 43,980. Remember to attach the 4 zeros here. So we have 43,980,000. So that is how we can, round this number up. Let's get to the last one. That's the original one. To round off, you have to do the original thing. We have to go by the rule. And according to the rule, the number is 7, and the number behind is 4. 4 is not up to 5. So we can't add 1 to this. So we just maintain this 7. So our answer is going to be the same as this one. So we have 43,970,000. So that is our answer. Let's move on to the last but one. To run to the nearest 100,000. So that's obviously going to be, this number 9. All right. So remember that we have to round down. So let's run this number down. The number behind is 7. This number, which is more than 5. But we can't add 1 to this 9 because we have to round down. So you have to maintain this 9 without adding any 1 to it. So we have 43 million. So we still have to maintain this 9. So we have 9 here. Now let's see the digits left behind. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 digits, which we're going to change to our zeros. So you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So you have 5 zeros here. So the number that we are getting is 43,900,000. That is it. Let's run the same number up. So we have to run up, meaning, we have to add 1 to this 9. But interestingly, this is what we're going to get. If you add 1 to this 9, it's going to be 10. And we cannot write, something like, 4310. And we don't do something like that. So this is wrong. So after adding 1 to this 9, it will become 10. We just write 0, right? Then we send a remainder to the next place, which is 3. So here's going to be 4. So we have 4 here. I hope you understand what I'm talking about here. So when you add 1 to this 9, it's going to be 10. Don't write 10 there. Just write 0 and push the remainder, which is 1, to the next place. So that's what we're going to get. So that means we're going to get, 4, 4, and this 9 is going to be 0. So you have 0. In the whole of the digits here, they are all going to be what? Zeros. So you have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So we have 44 million. So that is our answer. You should know how to, run numbers like this, up or down. Now let's come to rounding off. Remember that if you have to round this number off, then we are going to get the same answer because we have actually done the, we have used the rule here. So rounding off means we have to add 1 to this because this number, 7 is more than 5. It falls within this range. So after adding 1 to this 9, we get 10. You write 0, you push the 1 here, making 4. So you're going to get 44 million once again. So that is our number. Let's come to the last one. This is the last one. You have to run to the nearest million. So let's look for that place here. So here is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. So we have millions here. Good. Now we have to run down this number. Wow. So the number behind is 9, which is more than 5. We are supposed to add 1, but remember we have to run down. We have been restricted. So we don't have to add 1 to this 3. We just have to maintain this 3 to be 3. So the number is going to be 43. In the whole of these, 9, 7, 4, 5, 2, 6, they are all going to be zeros. So we are going to attach 6 zeros. So we have 43 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is how we can round this number down to the nearest million. Now let's round up. So rounding up, we have to add 1 to this 3, making 4. And obviously, this 9 is even more than 5. We have to add 1 to this one. So rounding up is going to be the same as rounding off. So we have 44 million. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the last one, like I just said, we are going to get 44 million. So that is it. So that is how we can round numbers down, up, and off. You see, we got the same number here, 44 million. When we rounded this number to the nearest 100,000 and the same number to the nearest million. So you see, sometimes we get the same numbers here. You can check for yourself. It doesn't matter. It's normal to get something like that. So that is it. Thank you for watching.